Okay, this is Bill Murphy. We're here with another Innovation Insider powered by RedZone. I want to talk about a couple concepts that I've written on the board for you today. One is this, I want to teach you a couple strategies of how you can learn really fast in areas that you don't know a lot about, and how you can leverage some of your talent in your organization to help you learn fast. So with some of the new technologies that you have to learn at scale, for example, I have a customer who needs to learn about artificial intelligence. They need to learn about artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, neural networks, and how this happens, how artificial intelligence works with these algorithms. How do you do that? If you don't have the talent, you're not going to buy the talent, you don't have the budget for it, you don't necessarily even have a project, but you have a potential problem that might be solved. Go to meetup.com. How many of you have been to meetup.com and actually gone and go to the meetups where all the developers are? Go to the meetups where all the makers and the people that are actually building these technologies are. It sounds different and it sounds odd because you did it when you were in your 20s, but now you're in your 40s. I think you should go do it. I do it myself now. I go and I sit as a fly on the wall in the back. Listen to these guys. Listen, they're smart as heck. They're coming out of the universities. They're really hustling to put their technologies out there. You can learn, you can listen and hear what they have to say. The largest VR community in DC, I connected with the top guy there. The top guy there is brilliant. Has a small little company. I'm not even sure if the company is making money, but I'll tell you what, he knows all the current technology and he's connected deeply. So you could do that across a blockchain is another perfect example. How can you use a blockchain? How can you I know how to use it with security, but how to use it with your business? Could you use it for smart contracts? How do you build applications with blockchain? Patch into the community and figure that out. And that's by just going to meetup.com. It's a wonderful way to do that. And you can send your team there and they can write reports and kind of go on hunting missions. They would love it. And you could just get written summaries as well. That's another good idea. Another is, I learned today, and I learned it, but it was a young CIO I met with, super ambitious, and but sometimes I run into these meetings and the guy's new. He's flat out, he's a newbie. He's literally just landed. And he doesn't have the title of CIO, but he's the highest ranking IT professional in the organization, and you could tell by the maturity of the organization. It was a serious organization. It's well known. Everybody would know it. It's just that their IT group is not as mature. But he takes meetings to learn. And I said, no problem. I'll teach you. And so we went down my little path of teaching. But he takes meetings to learn, and that's a great way to go back to have your team to really examine and really become students of the marketplace. So that's a little thing that I learned today, which was really interesting, was the concept of going back to taking meetings. And you can even limit those meetings in time. So you have 20 minutes or 10 minutes for the meeting. Or you can have Skype meetings. You can have all types of meetings to make efficient your time. But consider that as an option to learn. One of the biggest pieces that I run when I run the CIO Innovation Lunch series that I've been now running for 20 years, one of the top, if not the one or two or three biggest trait is ongoing learning. It's a passion for learning. You might lose your hunger for making money, you might lose your hunger for different areas, but don't lose your hunger for learning. That is one of the key traits that I find with the high performance CIOs, not the Bs and the C pluses and the Cs CIOs. I'm talking the B pluses and the As. It's ongoing learning. And what's the difference between a B plus and an A? Usually it's just behind the wheel time. They're just newer on the job and they haven't gotten their chops cleaned as much as an A, but they've got the energy and they've got the passion to be an A, but it's ongoing learning. It's that deep desire to learn. So the other piece is, I brought up in the last segment, was being romantic about the way things were. And being romantic about the way things were is just fear. And that's why I'm layering in some of this education and learning and being aggressive and offensive about going and digging up the technologies. Not that the vendors are bringing to you. Forget the vendors. The vendors have a vested interest. You go on a hunting mission to look at the exponential technologies, the VR, the augmented reality. Look at how these things can impact. Look at biotech, biomedicine, blockchain, nanotechnology. Go find those meetups and learn. Sometimes cross-domain learning is just as important as right in your domain. So it all will help you not be romantic about the past and embrace the future and not let fear subvert getting your brain into an offensive gear where we're still being generative and creative and innovative in our own thinking patterns. All right, until next time, this is Bill Murphy with the CIO Innovation Insider.